Hey guys, so guess who did not film this video like, I don't know, almost 2 months ago? Yeah, this girl. I was supposed to bring out this video for you all about a month ago and I never did. So here we are doing summer reading, well, summer book releases. So some of these books may already be out. Some I probably don't have on my list anymore because I moved them from my like list of releases to currently reading and then done reading, so they're no longer there. But we're going to try to get to as many as possible because, of course, I want to share some books that I am excited about that I have not read yet. Some I might have, but I really doubt that there are any because I probably already read them. So, but I'm still really excited about so many other ones. So these are the releases for July, August, and September. All right, so I have my Goodreads here. I'm filming on another phone. So let's go ahead and check here. So I don't think I have a lot as far as other genres. I have a lot of Christian fiction, and then I might have some extra ones as well. I'm going to do all of the Christian fiction at the end. That way they're all together. And then in the beginning, we'll do just general mainstream fiction. Okay, so as far as mainstream fiction goes, I only have middle grade. There's no thrillers that are really hitting me. I thought there were a few until I read about them again. I'm just like, no, probably not good to read. So, and no historical fiction coming out this fall that I'm interested in, which normally there's at least one or two, but I did not find any. So far for summer, we're going with middle grade, and hopefully I still have some that I am interested in reading. Okay, there is a couple here. There are going to be two books, which I don't know if they're really going to be put out on August 8th. It's part of the Young Wit series by Phil Lawler and Dave Arnold. These are just really cute middle grade books. These are actually Christian fiction, but they're in my middle grade list. But I've been loving this series. It's a kind of a little bit of a continuation, but it has different mysteries throughout. But it's just about John Avery Whitaker from Adventures in Odyssey and him growing up as a kid and solving all these mysteries. And I've been loving them. I think I've been giving them between 4 and 5 stars. So supposedly on August 8th, which is actually literally like tomorrow. Oops. I'm opening stuff that I didn't mean to. But yeah, so supposedly those two are coming out, so I'm going to request them from the library as quick as I can. So the first one is Young Wit and the Cloth of Contention, and the other one is Young Wit and the Phantasmic Confabulator. So I'm really excited to get to both of those. Hopefully they'll come out soon so I can mark off some more books off of my series countdown, or whatever you call it when you're keeping track of series. Okay, and then the next one that is coming out, I think that's the next one. Next one is coming out on August 29th, and I heard my friend Krista over at Books and Jams mention this one. It's called The Lost Library by Rebecca Steed and Wendy Mass. Have I read books by Wendy Mass? I feel like the name is familiar. Yes, I've read Bob by her, and I really enjoyed it. So this one's called The Lost Library, and this cover is adorable. It's so cute. It's probably actually over here, but it's adorable. I really love the cover. So this one says, when a mysterious little free library, it's a book about a little free library. I mean, how many books have little free libraries? I mean, I don't think I've ever read one. So it says, when a mysterious little free library, guarded by a large orange cat, appears overnight in the small town of Martinville, 11-year-old Evan plucks 2 weathered books from its shelves, never suspecting that his life is about to change. Evan and his best friend Rafe quickly discover a link between one of the old books and a long-ago event that none of the grown-ups want to talk about. The 2 boys start asking questions whose answers will transform not only their own futures, but the town itself. So, interesting. So, it does say it has a ghost librarian, so I'm not a huge fan of ghost stories, but we'll see. I might still give it a go. So, the next one is by Kate Albus, and this is her second book coming out, which I'm so excited. I read A Place to Hang the Moon by her and absolutely loved it. Whoever has read it, I don't think I've heard a bad review about it. So this is her newest release, which is called Nothing Else But Miracles. And there's a very, very, very small synopsis. Oops, too bright, but it's like this big. And it says, living on their own on Manhattan's Lower East Side while their pop is off fighting in World War II, 12-year-old Dory Byrne and her brothers discover an abandoned hotel that proves a perfect hideout just when they need it most. So I know A Place to Hang the Moon, it was pretty emotional. I didn't cry, but it was definitely emotional. So this one could potentially be emotional as well. So I'm very excited. All right, the next one that's coming out, which I am so excited about. I can't wait. And it is The Child of the Beast by Jack Midget Phillips. It's coming out on September 28th. And that's, I don't know if that's in the UK, so it might take longer to get to me. But I cannot wait. Is this the fourth? Yeah, the fourth book in the Beast and the Bethany series. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I have the first book. That's all I have so far. But I have the first book. It's usually hanging out here, but apparently I misplaced it. There. Put it back up there. But yeah, so I absolutely am enjoying this series. I think it's like a 4-star overall, but it's very unique, very different, and I'm really loving it. It definitely has some fun stories about these two people who get together. A man who's like, I don't know, he's either over 100 or over 1,000 years old. He's old. And a young, like, roughly 8 to 12-year-old girl. And so this man, he ends up having a beast up in his attic, and he has to feed it whatever it wants. And after he does that, the monster will spit out anything that he wants, like immortal life or pretty furniture or whatever he wants. So one day the monster wants to taste a human child. So he ends up adopting this little girl, and she is like the brattiest person ever. And so, but just the character growth throughout the books and how both of them change and their attitudes change, and they're trying hard to really help their neighbors and stuff. And it's so funny. I'm really enjoying it. And the third book kind of landed on a cliffhanger, so I've been waiting patiently, not so patiently, for the fourth book because I really want to read it. I don't know if there's going to be any more, and I'm actually just seeing the cover for the first time. It's probably going to be too bright for you all, but that is the new cover. Can you focus? I don't think it's going to focus. No, it's not going to focus, but that's the new cover if you can see that. Oh, duh. I'm going to put it right here for you. Silly me. But anyways, so I'm very excited that this is the first time I'm seeing the new cover, so very, 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 very excited. Can't wait. Okay, so that is it for middle grade. There wasn't too many that I'm excited about, but the ones that are on here, I'm very excited for. I can't wait. Okay, so on into Christian fiction. Since I don't have any historical fiction or thrillers or mysteries, there's probably some cozy mysteries, but I'm just dipping my toes into cozy mysteries. All right, so let's go to Christian fiction, and hopefully these are in publication order, because even though you do put them in publication order, they're not always. So if they aren't, I always put the date on here anyways. So, okay, so the first one came out on July 31st, and that is Savage Bread by Victoria McCombs. I have not read Oathbound or Silver Bounty, but it's the Royal Rose Chronicles, and all I know is about pirates, and that's really all I want to know about it. I am honestly really surprised that I have not picked this series up, because I love pirates. Like, I love pirate stories, so I don't know why I haven't picked this up. So I really need to. I really want to. I haven't yet. So it will happen. Now that 3 books are out, I don't know if there's going to be any more. I don't think so. Let me see if it actually says. It doesn't say, but I'll write the author and see, because I would really want to know if it's the 3rd book and the final book, because that way I will be able to binge read the entire series if I can. But yeah, so I can't say anything about the 3rd book since it is the 3rd book, but it's about pirates, secrets. I'm all excited about it, and I just need to read them. All right, let's see. The next one is called The Eternity Gate by Catherine Briggs. This one comes out on September 12th. Yeah, they're mixed up. Sorry about that, but I will put the date of the release dates, just so I don't miss any for you all. So this is the first book in the Threshold duology by Catherine Briggs, And it says, destroy the key, save her people and herself. The Eternity Gate is found, and kings and monsters battle over its legends of treasure. But rumors whisper that someone stole the gate's ancient key. Seo, handmaiden to the princess, keeps 3 secrets. First, she's gifted in fire, not light, and may as well be cursed. Second, she translates a prophecy warning that the gate does not offer treasure but judgment. Third, Jirai, the scorned prince and Seo's confidant, entrusts her with the key and disappears. Surrounded by war, Seo and her companions embark on a journey to seek help from a faraway empire and find Jirai, unaware of the trap awaiting them. But what should Seo do with the key? Who can survive judgment, especially someone as flawed as her? Will hiding the key or destroying it save her people or ensure their defeat? So it sounds really good. So all of these are Christian, whether it's fantasy, historical, whatever. Those first 2 that I mentioned, those are both fantasy. I will try to mention that too. All right, so the next one that's coming out, is it the second or the third book? The second book in the Curious Realities series by Sarah Ella. This is kind of an Alice in Wonderland retelling series, and this one's called The Looking Glass Illusion. I still have not read the first book, but I've heard kind of mixed reviews on it, but for the most part, I've heard really good things about it. And so I really want to get to it because, I mean, it is Alice in Wonderland. So I'm very excited. I do love Alice in Wonderland. So I can't wait to try to get it. So let's read what the first book is about. So it says, solve the clues, face your fears, survive the trials. All Alice Liddell wants is to escape her normal life in Oxford and find the parents who abandoned her 10 years ago. But she gets more than she bargained for when her older sister Charlotte is arrested for having the infamous Wonder Gene, the key to unlocking the curious Wonderland reality. Soon, Alice receives a rather cryptic invitation to play for Team Heart in this year's annual and often deadly Wonderland Trials. Now she has less than 24 hours to find her way into Wonderland where nothing is impossible or what it seems. That sounds really good. So yeah, I have not read either one, so I really, really, really need to get to both of these. So I'm honestly glad that I do kind of wait for these popular books, because that way when the sequel comes out, I can just go ahead and read them both. Or all of them, or however many there's going to be. All right, the next one, we're backtracking to August. And August 29th comes out Hero Debut by Angela Ruth Strong. And this is a kind of sequel to her other book, which is called Husband Auditions, which I did really enjoy. And this one's going to be about Gemma, who is mentioned in the first book. But I think this is kind of going to be a little bit of a standalone. I don't think there's going to be like any like spoilers or anything, because it is a different character. So it says Gemma Bennett is a leading lady of her own life, and her true love is writing screenplays. With her trusty pink notebook in hand, she signs up for the Citizen Safety Academy to research her newest blockbuster hope, a rom-com with a police officer as the hero. And the fact that the handsome and heroic Lieutenant Carson Zellner is the one leading the training, well, who can blame her for wanting to spend evenings with the man she swooned over months ago when he responded to a call at her apartment? Interesting. So, a police officer hero. I don't know if I've ever read a police officer hero before. I'm excited. Okay. So I can't wait for that. And the cover is stunning. I love illustrated covers so much. So the next book that actually already came out August 1st, and that's Positively Penelope by Paperbacks. This is the second book in the Skymar series, or Skimmar. I never know how to pronounce it. I should ask her. But second book's out. Third book is coming out next spring, I believe. And so this one's about Penelope, which is there's a brother and a sister and a cousin. And the first book was about the cousin, Izzy, and Authentically Izzy. This one is about the sister, Positively Penelope. And so I am already currently reading it, and I'm loving it. I'm only like 50 pages in because I had to stop to read other things. But it's cute. It's funny. She's very kind of scatterbrained, and I love her for that. And so the way Pepper writes her, it goes with her personality and the writing style that she has for Penelope. It's just so cute. So this is continuing Penelope's story and how she is getting a scholarship to go to Skimmar to work at a local theater. So she goes there, and it's just her funny things that happen to her while she's there, and it's all written in emails and text messages. And I love the characters. I love their banter back and forth. Her brother Luke is like one of my favorite characters. I cannot wait to get his story next year. It's gonna be awesome, but I'm loving this one right now. So very excited. I might like this one better than the first one. Who knows? Okay, so let's see. The next one that's coming out is August 29th. Comes out He Should Have Told the Bees by Amanda Cox. And I've never read anything by the author, but this cover drew me in. I love honey and I love bees. I don't love bees in real life, but like I love the illustrations of bees. So if you know, you know. So I love this cover. And when I saw it, I was like, I need to have it. I need to read it. I don't care what it's about. So this one says, when beekeeper Beckett Walsh is living her dream, working alongside her father in their apiary, until his untimely death sends her world into a tailspin, she suddenly finds she must deal with a new part owner of the family business, one who is looking to sell the property. Beck cannot fathom why her father would put her into the position to lose everything they built together. When Callie Peterson is named in the trust of a man she's never heard of, she's not sure what to do. Her fledgling business has just taken wing, and her mother has re-entered a life asking for help getting into rehab for her lifelong substance abuse issues, making Callie's financial situation rather precarious. She's sure she has no right to someone else's farm, but the money from the sale could solve her problems and give her the stability she's always craved. As these two women navigate their present conundrum, they'll discover a complex and entangled past full of secrets and the potential for a brighter future for both of them. So this one sounds like more of a friendship story along with quite a lot of heartbreak. But it definitely sounds like more of a contemporary. There's no romance, so I mean there might be like a side romance with another character, but I mean I'm intrigued and excited to give that one a go. I already have a copy, but I'm not going to read it right now. Probably not until maybe September. I still have other books. So the next one is releasing on August 8th. I already have a copy. I could hold these up, but they're all downstairs. Well, I do have He Should Have Told the Bees, or down here. But I'll just put covers. But yeah, so the next one is The Girl from the Papers by Jennifer L. Wright, and I've already talked about this one multiple times on my channel. All I need to know is that it's a retelling of Bonnie and Clyde in the 1920s, and that's all I need. That's all I need. I love the 1920s. I love that era and that Hollywood-esque feel, and I really need to read it. I'm attempting to read it this week if I can't. If not, it's going to happen after I get back from vacation. All right, so the next one is coming out on August 15th, and that is Cloak of Scarlet by Melanie Dickerson. This is the 5th book in the Daracot Tales. Can't wait. I'm enjoying them. It's Melanie Dickerson. She's one of my favorites. I should be getting a copy hopefully soon. I wrote to her asking if I could purchase a book from her because that way I can get it signed. And so, but yeah, so she's really nice and I cannot wait to be able to purchase a copy. So I was going to mention what it's about, but I really, really, really don't want to know. I just love to go into her books not knowing. But just so you know, if you don't know anything about her books, I wouldn't say they're really YA feeling, but YA can read them. They are all fairy tale retellings, her books, and this one is based off of Little Red Riding Hood. So they're all standalone fairy tales. They do kind of follow a character from the family in each of the books, but they can be read as standalone, so you don't have to read them in order. But just she is probably in my top 3 favorite authors. I would comfortably say that. Yeah, and I love her and her books, and I've read every single one of her fairy tale books and would highly recommend them all. So I'm not going to say anything about that one because I don't want to spoil myself because I'm reading the series in order anyways. All right, so the next one comes out on September 5th, and that is Facing the Enemy by Diane Mills. I have read one other book by this author, and her covers are just stunning. I mean, they're beautiful, they're bright, they're colorful, and and they're romantic suspense. So this one says, for the past 5 years, FBI Special Agent Risa Jacobs has worked in the Violent Crimes Against Children Division of the Houston FBI. She's never had reason to believe there's a target on her back until now. When the long-awaited reunion between Risa and her brother Trenton ends in tragedy, Risa is riddled with guilt, unable to cope with the responsibility she feels after his death. On leave from the FBI, Risa returns to her former career as an English teacher at a local college, only to see her past and present collide when one of her students, Carson Mercury, turns in an assignment that reads like an eyewitness account of her brother's murder, with details never revealed publicly. Whoa, that sounds really good. Okay, I didn't even read the synopsis. I loved the cover, but after reading that, that's like that's hitting the top of my priority list. Wow, that sounds amazing. All right, so the next one that's coming out on September 1st is A Royal Christmas by Melody Carlson. I forgot to mention, so anything Melody Carlson writes for Christmas, I will pick up and read. So this is her newest one. Love the cover. Very different from her other releases. I don't think I've ever seen one quite like this. I don't think she's ever really had like a full figured model on her books. It's mostly like scenery, sometimes, a lot of the times animals, but I really don't think she's had a person on the cover. So this is quite different for her. So this one says, Adelaide Smith is too busy for fairy tales. She's been working hard to put herself through law school, and now that the end is in sight, she's determined to stay focused on her goals. Then she receives a letter notifying her that she has been found through a DNA registry to be a direct descendant of King Maximilian V, the ruler of a small Eastern European principality called Montovia. She's understandably skeptical. This is the stuff of cheesy made-for-TV movies, not real life. Although the pieces of this surprising family puzzle seem too good to be true, curiosity gets the best of her. At the king's invitation, Adelaide embarks on a Christmas break trip that is chock full of surprises, including a charming village, an opulent palace, family mysteries, royal jealousies, a handsome young member of parliament, and the chance at a real fairy tale romance with a happily ever after ending. Yes, please. Buzzword, royalty. Oh, I love royalty romances. Buzzword for me. I would read anything with a royalty romance, so I cannot wait. That's going to be so exciting. Yay. Okay, I better hurry because it's getting dark in here. All right, so the next one that's coming out on September 5th is Bryn and Sebastian Hate Each Other by Bethany Turner. And I need to read more by her because I really do like her books. I think I've read between 2 and 3, I think. And Plot Twist so far is my favorite, which I do have to like redo my rating for that because it went up to a 5-star after thinking about it for like 2 years. So, but this one it says, I think could be a Grumpy Sunshine romance, maybe. Let's see. She's a sunny morning show host. He's a cynical ex-reporter. Yes, it is Grumpy Sunshine. That's another buzzword. I love those. I don't know why. They're destined to hate each other, aren't they? Bryn Cornell has to be stuck in a nightmare. Just last week, she was riding high as co-host of the popular morning show Sun Up. She's America's ray of sunshine, the girl next door beauty, who drives up TV ratings while never exuding anything but her trademark positivity and poise. All it took was one huge on-air mistake to expose her snarky side to the world and make it all come crumbling down. Now she's back in her hometown of Adelaide Springs, Colorado, in a last-ditch attempt to convince viewers she's not the mean girl they think she is. All she has to do is apologize and capture some feel-good footage, reminding everyone she's just a girl from humble beginnings who's grateful for her big break, and she might manage to preserve both her career and her image. But this town holds painful memories that she's not ready to face. Sebastian Sudworth was on the fast track to the Journalist Hall of Fame. A superstar reporter with a reputation for being in the center of the action, his fearless, relentless coverage of major events around the globe was winning him awards and accolades. Wow, it's a really long synopsis. Until something snapped inside him and he vanished from the scene under mysterious circumstances. Sebastian sought refuge in tiny Adelaide Springs, working odd jobs and trying to blend in as a scruffy mountain town citizen. When Sebastian is assigned to chauffeur Bryn around town, Bryn is sure he can see right through her carefully cultivated sunny persona. But she is determined to do what it takes to maintain her image and save her career. So she'll just have to charm the socks off Sebastian the same way she charmed her viewers. Easier said than done. It's no picnic to play nice around someone you hate, especially when you might be crazy about them. So the cover, super cute. Again, I really love animated covers, so I'm very excited for this one too. All right, the next one that's coming out on September 19th is called The Wings of Poppy Pendleton by Melanie Dobson. Have not read a book by her, but I own I don't know, 3? Yeah, I own 3 of her books. Still haven't read any, but I've heard really good things about her. So she's definitely going to be on my list to try for sure. So this one, I believe, is a mystery, which I'm really excited about. It's a dual timeline, and it says, in this compelling new time slip mystery, a little girl goes missing from her family's castle in the Thousand Islands of New York. 85 years later, a journalist teams up with a woman living on Coster Isle to find out what happened to Poppy once and for all. That's all I'm going to read, because there's a long synopsis after that, but that's all I want to know, because if it's a mystery, I don't want to know too much. All right, the next one that's coming out is on September 30th, which I think might be, yeah, that is our last one. So last one. So I didn't have too many for summer. As I said, I probably had more, but I've already read them and they're just not on my list anymore. So the last one is called Garden of the Midnights by Hannah Linder. And this cover, again, is so beautiful. It's historical fiction. And I read the synopsis and I'm like, yep, that sounds perfect for me. So this one says, danger lurks at Rosenlee Manor. And it's a Gothic-style regency. The accidents are not a matter of chance. They are deliberate. As English gentleman William Kensley becomes aware of the danger at Rosenlee, he pleads for truth from the only man he can trust until that man is murdered. As the secrets unfold into scandal, William's world is tipped into destitution, leaving him penniless and alone. His only comfort is in the constant love of Isabella Gresham, but even that has been threatened. When a hidden foe arises from their acquaintances and imperils Isabella's life, will William be the only one willing to rescue her? And even if he saves Isabella from her captors, will he still have to forsake her heart? So, all these sound good. Let me know if any of these intrigue you. Let me know of any that I've missed that I might be interested in that maybe I just somehow missed. I try to do a lot of research before I do these videos, but sometimes I just miss something that could pop up. So let me know. Yeah, again, I'm sorry that this video is coming out a month late, but things happen. Summer has been busy and I didn't plan this video ahead of time. So yeah, don't worry, the fall one will be up before actually fall. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you don't want to miss any fun book videos. I post 3 times a week. Yes, 3 times a week. I'm a busy girl, but I enjoy it. It's fun. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.